I really wanted a nice loud when I open this. Today is a kombucha day. This one is the passion fruit tangerine. My other favorite is the GT pineapple. So good. So as you guys saw from the thumbnail, we are going to be doing 2 different polka dot pieces. I thrifted these in my last thrift haul video. I have a lot of different inspiration photos for these pieces. So hello and welcome. My name is Bianca and this is a place to inspire and to be inspired. I love all things crafting and creating on a budget. This first one is a polka dot blouse. This one is 100% polyester. I try to stay away from polyester, but I did really like the pattern. It's a pretty sheer material. I don't know if you can tell, but also this is the kind of fabric that frays a ton. So I will probably be using my serger for this project because doing a rolled hem with a standard sewing machine when the fabric is like this, it's just not the easiest. And I don't feel like fighting with this fabric today, but I was thinking of maybe turning this blouse into like an off the shoulder, not off the shoulder, but like a one shoulder top, and maybe having like rouging on the sides. But I don't really know what I would do about the stretch for like horizontal stretch because this is not stretchy material. So we're gonna do a little brainstorming on what I can do with this. And then this polka dot piece, I guess I would consider this a maxi skirt. It's pretty long, but I was thinking that this would be really fun to turn into a pair of pants. I don't think I have ever turned a maxi skirt into a pair of pants. So if I'm able to accomplish this, I think it will be a first for my channel. And I'm hoping that I have enough fabric here to make this project happen. I don't really know if I want these to be cropped pants, so I think I would have to wear them pretty low rise in order to have the length that I would want to make these pants. And if you're not new to my channel, you may or may not have noticed that I do have some tattoos, and I have a pair of dice tattooed right here that I do not like, and I just had my 6th tattoo removal session. So if you notice there's a band-aid where I once had a tattoo, that is why. I still have the tattoo. It's slowly fading. It's in the process of getting removed, and that's why it looks the way it does. But anyway, we're gonna move on to this maxi skirt project. Okay, so for this maxi skirt turned into a pair of pants, I'm trying to figure out how I would go about doing this because unfortunately, I wish it was as simple as just making a seam down the front and then cutting it so that the legs can move freely, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. So if I were to fold these like I would fold a pair of pants, this is not a ton of fabric for one leg, especially if I want it to be wide leg. So I feel like I'm going to be cutting it really close. So for a wide leg pant, I don't want the thighs to be tighter. I want it to be loose all the way down. And I'm a little bit concerned that I won't have enough. So if I take these pants and then fold them the same way, I'm gonna use this pair of linen pants as my guide. And I'm gonna need to mimic this shape with the skirt folded in half. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay these both flat and then try to trace out some kind of pattern if I can. So the first thing I want to do is mark the center of the back and the front, and then mark the center of the bottom as well. That way I know exactly where my center seam would be. And now I'm going to cut straight up the center of this. And now I'm just going to cut a slight curve up the pants like this, and I'm going to cut through all 4 of those layers. And I repositioned my clips so that I have one clip on this piece, which is this outer piece here, which will be a part of the back of my pants, and then the very bottom one here, which will also be a part of the back. That way I know that these 2 pieces are going to be the back of our pants. And then where these 2 pieces connect will be the front seam. And now I can open both of these up. So now we're just going to attach these together like this. And for this piece, we're just going to attach it around this little curved part here. We're not going to go all the way down the leg. So now I can finish clipping these together. And now we can flip this around, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side with the good sides together. So now I'm going to pin the front seam. And I know with this pattern going on, it's probably going to be really hard to tell, but this is where we just pinned. So now we can just sew straight down the front seam and the back seam, and then after we can pin and attach the legs together as well. Now we've attached the front and the back seam. Now we just need to go down the legs. I still have this inside out, and I'm going to put the good sides together, and I'm going to start at the center here. And now I can go down the side of each leg and attach the two pieces together, and then we can do one stitch all the way around like this. I still need to take in the waist, but this is pretty much what we're working with. I don't love how low-waisted they are, and I also don't love how cropped they are. I just can't tell if this is serving 2005 in a good way or in a bad way. I definitely had a pair of pants just like this in 2005, 2006, but they weren't this material or this pattern. They were like that really stretchy material. And I thought they were called palazzo pants, like cropped palazzo pants. But when I Google that, I can't find the image that I'm thinking in my mind. So maybe I don't know the proper name for them. But if you know what I'm talking about, they were like super stretchy pants, and they were tight around the hips and the legs, and then they flared out under the knees, and they were cropped. And I think for the waistband, you would like fold it over. Please tell me someone knows what I'm talking about. I still need to take in the sides, and I think I'm just going to take in like 1 inch from each side and then make a tapered dart. And then I can attempt to style these in a modern, trendy way. So now I'm just going to take in the sides about 1 inch. And now we can sew a straight stitch along the dart that we marked on both sides. This is honestly the best I could come up with as far as styling these pants. I do not love it. I borderline hate this project. So I have decided I'm going to seam rip the inseams that we just did, and I'm going to reattach it to be a skirt, and then I'm going to turn it into a mini skirt, kind of like this. I'm really just not feeling these cropped, low-rise polka dot pants. I think that the method for turning a skirt into pants works. I just think that for them to be pants that I would actually like wearing, they would need to be longer. So I would need to thrift a very long skirt and then turn that into a pair of pants. So hopefully in the future I can redeem myself and do that. But for now, I'm gonna seam rip these and turn them into a skirt. And now we're just going to cut to the length that we want, and I'm going to leave an extra inch for seam allowance because I'm going to roll it under twice and then do a straight stitch across when I'm done. Okay, now I think this turned out so much better than the pants. Reason being is that this is more wearable for me. There is a seam down the front and then straight down the back because I had to reattach that front and back seam from when I made it into a pair of pants. But aside from that, I think it turned out really good. I kept the same waistband. All I did was reattach that front seam and then I just cut it to the length that I wanted. And now we have a polka dot mini skirt. It looks a lot more like this inspo photo. And now I'm happy because it wasn't a complete fail. I still did something with the fabric. And I have all of this fabric left over to do something else with. I'm not going to do it today because I still want to turn that blouse into a one shoulder top. So that's going to be our next project. But first, I think it's time to go and get a little lunch. If you're from Florida, you know how good a pub sub is. I couldn't decide what to get for lunch today, and we have a Publix on every corner it seems. So pub sub was the way to go. Just feel like you can't go wrong with a turkey sub in the summertime. So I'm gonna eat this real quick and brainstorm what I wanna do with this top. I definitely wanna do some kind of one shoulder top. I just don't know if I wanna do like a tie at the side or if I want to add a zipper or elastic again. So I'm going to go over Pinterest and try to find some inspo photos, scarf down this sub, and then I can go over my plan for the polka dot top. Okay, I had to change out of the pants that I was wearing because I just felt like there were too many patterns going on. Also, a few weeks ago, I cut bangs and they've been driving me crazy. As soon as I cut curtain bangs, I regretted it. Every time I do this, I tell myself never again. And then I grow my hair out and I get bored and I cut bangs again. So I just use these tiny little clips to clip my bangs up. If this hairstyle looks ridiculous on me, just tell me the truth in the comments. Be honest. Anyway, this is what it looks like on. Definitely a poorly made top and very cheap material. It's 100% polyester. It was like $3. So at the end of the day, it's definitely going to be more affordable to thrift flip this top than to buy it brand new. And it has these straps that are attached. This side is attached up here at the top, and then this side's attached down here. So I'm not really sure how that was supposed to work. But I thought that I could use this as like one of those little skinny scarves. It is very skinny though, so I thought maybe I could attach both of these together with a zigzag stitch so it's a little thicker. This is going to be what I'm trying to emulate, and I'm thinking I will start off by cutting off the sleeves, and then I will use this V-neck and kind of carry it at a diagonal. And then I think this will be the shoulder that I will remove. And then I was thinking of maybe adding elastic to the sides so that the sides would be kind of scrunched or ruched. Okay, here's where we're at after cutting off the sleeves and then cutting this at a diagonal. So we're definitely going to have to bring the shoulder up and then also take in the sides so that it sits about here. I decided against rouging the sides because this material is not stretchy, and I found a black zipper. So for the shoulder side, I'm going to take off 1 inch, and then off the shoulder part, I'm just going to sew 1 inch down, which will be 2 inches total off because it's folded at the top. And then for this side, this is the side that I will put the zipper, but I'm going to do this side first, and then I can decide how much to take off before adding in the zipper on the other side. So now when I try it on, it fits a little bit better at the shoulders, but I think to make this curve around the neck look a little nicer, I need to take off maybe like 1/2 inch. And then off this side here, I'm thinking like 2 inches. And then I'll do a straight seam down, and then I will attach the zipper. So I marked with my chalk. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I just roughly marked where I want to cut off that extra 1/2 inch. And I can sew along this side seam here. So right now I have the top inside out, and I'm going to be putting the zipper on this side here. And we still have the raw edge around the armholes and the neckline and along these side seams now, but I'm going to go over the side seams, the armhole, and the neckline at the very end with my serger, and I'm going to do a rolled hem. And that's mostly just because this fabric is really difficult to work with. It keeps fraying. So we're going to be putting our zipper at the side seam here. Now we can see the side seam a little bit better. We're going to open up where we had the seam allowance, and then the zipper is going to go face down, and we're just going to sew right along the edge on each side. And I'm probably going to cut the zipper about here. And then once we attach either side of the zipper all the way down, then we can go back in and then seam rip this, and then we will have a usable zipper. And here's what that looks like from the inside, and now from the outside. These two side seams are where we attach the zipper, and now we can seam rip this center seam, and that will expose the zipper, and then we'll be able to use it. Okay, progress update. We now have our zipper closure here on the side. I want to make the top of the shoulder a little bit tighter, and then I also want to take off a little bit more fabric around the armholes just on this side. So I marked the shoulder where I want to take it off, and then I'm just going to try to match it on the back side as well. And now I can go over all of these raw edges with my serger, and I'm just going to do a rolled hem with black thread. And here's how that rolled hem looks around the neckline and the armhole. Okay, here's our progress update. This is where everything is sitting right now. And I keep going back and forth with what I want to do with these little ties as far as like turning them into a little skinny scarf. And I think what I finally decided on was to attach these two together with a zigzag stitch down the center. And this way it'll look wider. And I think I'll just attach it under the strap here. And then it will just kind of hang to the back like this. I was really doubting this project because our first project today did not turn out the way that I wanted. And I feel like I kind of got into a rut. And I was almost thinking if both of these projects turned out to be a flop, I just wasn't going to post for the week. But by some miracle, this one actually turned out good, even though the material was atrocious to work with. I think it turned out really cute. And then for this little neck scarf, I wanted it to wrap around the front. Technically, it can still wrap around the front. So this is what it would look like if I just wrapped it around the front and then let it hang. But I kind of like it more when it wraps around this way. And I'm thinking this way it looks more like a choker versus a neck scarf. But let me know what you guys think. And then this is our side zipper here. And then we did the rolled hem around the neckline and the armhole. Originally, I was thinking I was going to try to roll it under twice and then just use my standard sewing machine, but I knew this material would just give me way too many problems. This style is definitely more chic than what I normally go for, and I feel like I'm kind of overdue for a craft video. I've been doing a lot of thrift videos and alterations videos, but I think maybe I want to do another bead embroidery project. I love these handbags, and I thought that it would be fun if I thrifted a canvas bag, and then if I did bead embroidery on the entire bag. It would definitely be a big project, but it's been a while since I've done a bead embroidery project, and I feel like a beaded bag would be perfect. So let me know your opinions on that. And that's going to be it for today's video, and until next week, bye!